This is Where You Live with Gene and Tony. We're broadcasting live from the Concierge Landscape Studios, and we're brought to you by Extreme Exteriors. It's time now for a message from the Minnesota Multi-Housing Association. This MHA Minute is brought to you by Pest Control Services. When you need an exterminator, you want someone reliable and effective. Give Greg Keener a call at Pest Control Services, 952-894-9748. Pest Control Services is a proud member of Angie's List and a member of the Minnesota Multi-Housing Association. That's Pest Control Services, 952-894-9748. Tell Greg that Gene and Tony sent you.
If you're renting out a property for the first time, there's a lot you need to know so that you can do it successfully and, frankly, keep yourself out of trouble. Luckily, there's a statewide resource with all the tools you need to run your new business successfully. In fact, the Minnesota Multi-Housing Association regularly holds a seminar called Accidental Landlord, specifically designed for people who are renting out a property for the first time. They also have residential leases, security deposit agreements, a lead disclosure, and lots of other forms. They even have brochures on the principles of successful property management and the eviction process that you can download for free. So if you want to know more about the Accidental Landlord Seminar or other classes about owning, managing, or maintaining anything from a single unit to a growing apartment portfolio, visit the Minnesota Multi-Housing Association's website, mmha.com. That's two M's, mmha.com.
Well, Gene, we were talking before the break about this email we got from someone who is on the board, probably, of a condo association.
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And they have on-site employees with vacation time coming, and they said they have a hard time getting the manager to take the time when he's supposed to. They're telling him use it or lose it.
Yes.
You pointed out that federal law no longer allows you to say that to employees.
Yeah, it will be a common thing in a lot of employee manuals.
Yeah.
So the fact that you see it there isn't because the employer is wishing to just snub their nose at federal law. It was done so at a time when it was allowed, but the employee manual may not have been changed over the last 4 or 5 years when this law took effect.
Yeah.
So it's something you need to be careful of. There was one other thing I wanted to talk about, and that is just some of the nuance with an employee if they are an employee of the management company.
Okay.
Because, a lot of homeowner associations that have on-site staff, if they have a management company that's managing, the first thing they'll ask will be, will these people be the employees of the management company?
Right. Are they our employees as the homeowners association, or are they direct employees of the management company?
Yeah.
And what's the answer to that question?
That gets to be that can be kind of a dicey thing. We need to try and take some time. We do at New Concepts to try and to lay out what that policy should be. And
are you saying it's specific to different properties have different needs in this regard? Or
well, there's a number of things that we'll take into consideration. For example, you have an employee who has been the employee of a self-managed association and now is going to be part of a management company. And now they're saying we want the employee to be an employee of the management company for the sake of, well, number one, payroll will be a lot easier to handle things. We can add benefits because if you have one employee and a self-managed association, you may not be able to get health benefits. But if you are a business that has more than 5 employees, you will be entitled and will be able to gain a quote for health insurance.
Okay.
And so there's some benefits, but you need to realize that if you want your employee to become, in name, the employee of the management company, then you are also bound by law to also follow all of the policies and benefits that are given by the management company.
Sure.
People have had some issues with that because if the management company offers benefits like full health and dental, guess what? You're going to have to offer health and dental and that may cause an extra expense for the association.
You can't just remove that because you don't want to pay for it.
Right.
Yeah.
If the management company offers a 401k matching program, that's extra money the association is going to have to match and they'll say, well, aren't they your employees now? Well, the only reason they're the management company's quote unquote employee is because it's been a request of
and even
the
if it were
association.
not a request, we're in business to provide a service for a fee. So whatever employees we use to manage your homeowners association, ultimately the association pays for that, correct?
Well, yes, they do because it is a service. That's why it is, when you take a look at on-site employees, that's usually a line item in the budget out of the operations of the property because that's what you're paying for for those amenities that you're getting. You have to realize that you're going to have to pay for those benefits, whatever is being offered by the management company. You don't have the luxury of saying, well, our employee, we're not going to give those benefits to.
Or conversely, you can't make special deals with that employee on the side. Correct?
Oh, exactly.
Like, we'll give you an extra week's vacation if you do such and such. Or you've earned, at least you can't do that unless you've talked to your management company about it to see if it will work.
So there are some, there are just a number of other issues that need to be dealt with. And those are indeed important ones because it could cost your association more money by the fact that you go with the on-site employees as an employee of the management company.
It's kind of like choosing to live in a single-family home where you control everything yourself. You can have on-site employees, homeowners association, that you control yourselves. Or you can take advantage of the group effect of hiring a management company that has employees on its payroll already, correct? But you're giving up some individual control that way.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And it's just something that you need to know. We don't know here in this email whether this is a self-managed association or with a management company. So I wanted to bring that up because some of the things that we've said may also have other issues that you have to take a look at.
There you go. We're not covering every scenario and every situation.
That's correct.
Yeah.
But I think that will probably deal enough with that email. I think we've answered any comments that they've had with that. But thank you. It is one that you have to deal with, and hopefully you'll be able to get that on-site manager to be able to start taking some time off.
I mean, you may have to direct him specifically what time to take, as you pointed out.
And that's okay to do. I've been in that situation myself where I've had employees who, for whatever reason, just couldn't get around to scheduling vacation time. So we finally started saying, Thursday and Friday this week, that is...
You're taking 2 days.
2 days, get out. And when they started coming in the office, I escorted them out. Because,
boy, you've got dedicated employees.
Yeah, because you got to take it off. You need to. I mean, it makes sense, doesn't it? I mean, it
does. It does. But, I've been in property management for a long time now. And anytime I take time off, when I come back, I liken it to jumping back on the speeding train, is the way I put it. Because that train did not stop while I was gone. And I'm trying to get back on the train again. So it's very tempting to not take the time because there's going to be work waiting for you.
You're right. That's a good point. Anybody that takes vacation, they know that you never do away with problems. They're just stacked up and waiting for you when you return.
That's right.
And so, that's important. Well, we've got just about a little over 2 minutes here before we have to take a break at the top of the hour. But I think we've got just enough time here, Tony, to begin on our next story. And that is coming out of Phoenix, Arizona. There are homeowners in an association that are saying, I don't think we want to be responsible for paying for storm damage ourselves. We think that the homeowner association ought to pay and not us as homeowners.
What's the difference?
Let's think about that.
Let's think about that.
that
what do you think the homeowners association is?
Is
it not the homeowners?
That's right. That's like, how can I...
You're trying to think of an analogy. I know you are.
And
it's difficult. We deal with this time and time and time again.
How can you go and say, well, I want us to pay for this, but why is it me?
I want everyone to have to pay for this except me. Yeah. I don't want to have to pay for it. No, and that's not what they're saying. It's they have a misperception about the organization. Or like you were saying earlier, they understand it completely until something affects them directly. Yeah. Then all of a sudden, all their understanding goes out the window.
Or here's the issue that comes up, and this is a misstatement that we hear quite a bit, and that is people usually refer to the quote unquote homeowners association. What they mean is the management company.
Yes, that's quite common, and we're constantly trying to remind people and educate people that we are only here because your association hired us to carry out tasks. So we're telling you what your association says.
Yep. So what we're going to do here after the break, we're going to talk to you about this association. The Red Rock Village residents had some major storm damage that took place and what their question was. And we're going to kind of deal with that because those are questions everybody has, is what is this association? What is the management company? How's that all come to play? But that'll be after this set of breaks here. Folks, you're listening to Where You Live with Gene and Tony on AM 1280 The Patriot. We'll be back in a few.
How sweet it is to be loved by